Dear students, today's class is about mutual inductance. So, what is the mutual inductance? Mutual inductance is the phenomenon of induction of EMF in one coil due to the change of current in a other coil is called as mutual inductance. So, let us see here how it is performs. So, in a self inductance, we took a one coil and we passed a current or a electrical current through the dead coil, and in that coil some of induced EMF is opposes to flow the current due to the that magnetic field. We learn everything about the self inductance. So instead of one coil, in this session we will take another one of the coil which is connected to the galvanometer. So what will happen here? See here, this is called as a primary coil, and the second one is there, that is a secondary coil. So in a primary coil, we are taking a number of turns of the coil, and we are taking a battery. We are connecting a battery to the that end of the coil, and from the battery we are supplying some amount of the current through it. And here the same thing in the self inductance. What will happen? The procedure will going to be done in this circuit. So what is that? If you faster the electrical current, then the current is passing through the coil. So while current is passing through the coil, the magnetic flux is generated, or magnetic field is going to be generated. The magnetic field lines are moving from this point to the, which is I am taking here, from this end to the up to the this end. And now I am taking another one of the coil which is connected to the galvanometer. So this coil I am going to take nearer to the that primary coil. So if you are taking nearer to the primary coil, what will happen? Whatever the magnetic flux is generated from the primary coil, that is linked with the this secondary coil. So whenever that magnetic flux is linked with the secondary coil, this coil, so the EMF is induces, or the EMF is produces in the that coil. So we have detected from the that EMF through the this galvanometer, or we are detecting that current from the this galvanometer, that is gives the mutual inductance. It means we are supplying a electrical current through the one of the circuit. From that circuit the magnetic flux is generated. Through the that magnetic flux we are going to generate the induced EMF in another one of the coil, that is nothing but the mutual inductance, or it is called as a mutual induction. So on what factor all these things depends? It depends on the primary number of the coil, or in terms of the number of the coil, and primary current. It means if you are passing the minimum current, then the magnetic flux is generated in the first primary coil is a minimum. So due to that reason, what will happen in the secondary coil? The galvanometer is deflection gives the small amount of the changes. So that is gives the one of the factor. And also it depends on a radius of that, sorry, area of the that primary coil and secondary coil. So and as well as the length of the that solenoid, it depends on the length of the solenoid, primary and as well as secondary. So all these things are depends of the that factors which is going to we are taking as a mutual inductance. So let us will consider this one. I will explain once again here. There are two coils are there. One is the primary coil, another one is the secondary coil, placed by a side by side without touching each other. The coil primary is connected in a series, with a battery, and this is a tap key. It is called as a primary coil. The coil S is connected to the galvanometer and it is called as a secondary coil. So when a tap key is pressed in a primary coil, the current is flowing through the circuit, and coil is increases in a primary coil, the current is increases from the 0 to maximum. This current is produces a magnetic field which is linked with the primary as well as secondary coil, so which is as shown in red lines. Alright, this is nothing but the pink line. As the current in the primary coil increases, the magnetic flux linked with the secondary coil is also increases. Therefore, the EMF induced the secondary coil, which is opposes the growth of the current in a primary coil. So, if you took only this part, then we can call that is a self inductance, and then here you will get the opposition followed by the that induced EMF, and then in the secondary coil. So, but that is not matter here. Only the thing is there we are going to find the magnetic induced EMF through the that secondary coil. And here when key is released, the current in the primary coil is also decreases from the maximum to the 0. So the magnetic flux is linked with the coil is decreases. As a result, an EMF is gain induced in the secondary coil, which is opposed to the decay of the current in a primary coil. So thus, whenever the current is changed in the primary coil, if you are changing the current in the primary coil, and EMF induced in the secondary coil, this is nothing but the mutual inductance. This is nothing but the mutual inductance. So here the current, whatever the that current is there, it depends on the magnetic flux. So which current? This is the secondary coil, which is the produces the secondary coil, that current, that is the current, and this current is depends on this magnetic flux of primary coil, and this is secondary current, secondary coil current. I hope you are getting this point. This is the magnetic field. What the magnetic field is produces in the primary coil. So how much it is going to be produced, that much of the induced current is going to be produced in a secondary coil. So therefore here it is nothing but the pi is magnetic flux is directly proportional to the that secondary coil current. So here the magnetic flux is linked with the one of the coil is directly proportional to the current through the nearer of the that coil. So this is the nearer of the coil. So we will remove the that proportionality constant. So for the mutual inductance, the proportionality constant will write that is m. So pi is equals to the m into I. So here m is the coefficient of mutual inductance or induction. You can call induction. You may call coefficient of induction, otherwise you may call that is a mutual inductance. So here from the Faraday's second law of electromagnetic induction, we have EMF E is equals to the minus of d pi by dt. So why are taking this one? Because the current is flowing from 0 to the maximum, so it takes the time to change the that magnetic field. So here we can write this one minus of d m into I divided by dt. So here the time is going to be changed, therefore the EMF induced in the secondary coil is that is minus of m into di by dt. So this is nothing but the mutual induction formula. So here the mutual induction we can define the mutual induction between the pair of coils is numerically equals to the EMF induced in one coil when the rate of change of current through neighboring coil is unity. So the SI unit of this mutual induction, so that is M is equals to the, we can call this is the Henry. The SI unit of mutual induction, SI unit of mutual inductance is Henry. So 1 Henry, when you will call when 1 Henry, so when EMF is 1 volt, when you will you call 1 Henry, that is when EMF is 1 volt and the rate of change of current is 1 ampere per second. So in that time the mutual induction is 1 Henry, is 1 Henry. So if they asked what is the 1 Henry, in that time you should write like this. So this is the EMF we got from the that circuit, neighboring circuits. So two pair of coils, and this is the phi equals to M into I. It means that induction is also depends on the that magnetic flux which is generated by the primary coil. So now we'll derive the expression of this mutual induction. It means how you will get the expression of mutual induction between the two solenoids using, these are the two solenoids. I will take, this is the one primary solenoid and another one I will take secondary solenoid. The secondary solenoid is placed into the primary solenoid. So then how you will get the induced EMF from the secondary coil? Now we'll see. Let us now take here one of the solenoid. So I will take here, this is the one of the solenoid. So this is, I will take S1 solenoid S1, and the current is flowing from the S1, that is I1. Let us take the distance of this solenoid is L. Same length of the solenoid we will take here. Another one of the solenoid I am going to place into this solenoid. So that is, so both these solenoids are insulated. Don't think both are overlapped like that. So both are insulated or insulated, and so sorry, here will not take, this is the S2 solenoid S2, and now here the current is coming out from this solenoid from this end, and here the radius of the one of the solenoid is, I will take R1, and another one of this solenoid is I will take, so we'll take, this is the, this solenoid is R2. Okay, okay, now otherwise we'll make it in different color. Now we'll consider here two coaxial solenoids, two coaxial solenoids S1 and S2. We'll stop the running here. Let us now here two coaxial solenoids S1 and S2. Each of the length is L, and N1 N2 be the number of the turns per unit length, and R1 and R2 be the radius of the that coil S1 and S2. Now what we'll do here, I have taken I1 here. So now we'll change the current I1 which is passed through the S1. which is passed through the S1. The magnetic field set off inside the that solenoid, so that is B1 equals to, we'll write B1. B1 is equals to the mu naught for the solenoid. Expression is B equals to mu naught N into L, sorry, N into I. So here mu naught N1 into I1 we will write. So this is the magnetic field which is set off into the that coil. Now the magnetic flux is produced in a dead S1, that is nothing but the, so we'll write here. So here this magnetic field is confined completely inside S1. It means whatever, see here, outside the that solenoid, the whatever the magnetic field lines are there, those field lines are lesser than of the that inside the magnetic field line. So that's why we have taken here that the example of this inside of that solenoid. So we have placed the another one of the solenoid inside only. Due to the that reason, the magnetic flux is linked in that, so coil is maximum. So therefore here the total whatever the magnetic field is produced from the that first solenoid, that is completely inside S1, so that will produces the total magnetic flux linked with the secondary coil. So whatever these field lines are there, these field lines are nothing but the magnetic flux is creates the magnetic flux. So this magnetic flux is linked with the secondary coil, this secondary coil. So therefore what will happen here, this magnetic flux is nothing but magnetic flux in secondary coil, that is N2 B1 A1, N2 B1 A1. So number of the turns of secondary coil into magnetic field of primary coil. So it depends on that one only. That's why the magnetic field of primary coil and the area of that primary coil only. So that will depends of this secondary coil of the magnetic flux linked with the this S2. So now here this N2 we can write, N2 is equals to the small n2 into L, number of per unit length we can write, that is N2 into L. So and we'll write the area of A1, we will write that is pi r square, r1 square will write. So therefore magnetic flux is linked with the that secondary coil is nothing but N2L into B, we can write mu naught N1 into I1 and into the pi r1 square. So this much of the magnetic flux is linked with the that secondary coil. So that is mu naught N1 into N2 pi into r1 square into L into I1. This is the equation 4 will write. We didn't return any equations, so let it be. And now we'll write this is the mu2 equals to the m into I, m into I1 will write. It means whatever the this term is there, m equals to the mu naught into n1 into n2 into pi into r1 square. So this is the expression of that mutual inductance. So here this m is there, this is due to the coil of 2 from a 1 coil of 1. So we can write this expression, it is pi 2 is equals to the M2 into M21 into I1. So when you are passing the electrical current from the coil of 1 S1, in that time you will get the magnetic flux is equals to the M of coil of 2 to the 1 into I1. So and what we'll do now, we'll reverse the procedure. Now we'll remove this one, we'll flow the current of I2 from this S2. So then what will happen? So similar procedure you will get, that is nothing but current is changing from the I2 and through the S2, the magnetic field is set up inside the that solenoid. S2 is given by, so write the sentence of that whatever I am going to uh, tell here. And now here mu naught into N2 into I2. So this is due to the that secondary coil which is produces the magnetic field, and flux total magnetic flux is linked with the primary coil. So S1, so that is pi 1 is equals to the N1, so number of the terms of N1, and but here B2 will get B2 magnetic field B2, and here again will get A1. Why? Because here the radius of the secondary coil is maximum, therefore we can take, wait, okay, yeah, radius of the data first coil is maximum, therefore we'll take data radius only here, it depends on that radius. And now here N1 is equals to the, we'll write N1 small n1 L, and area is R by R1 square. So this magnetic flux we can write directly, I will write equation N1 mu naught N1 N2 into phi into R1 square into the I2. So now we'll write this equation, pi is equals to the m into I2. So this m is from 1 to 2, 1 to 2. So we'll give, this is the equation 1, and we'll give name, this is equation 2. This is the equation 2, and therefore m mutual inductance M12 is equals to the mu naught N1 N2 pi into R1 square into L. So this is the term of mutual inductance. And now what we'll do here, we will compare equation 1 and 2. We will compare equation 1 and 2. So that is phi 1 is equals to the, so what is the equation 1 here? Sorry, here what we'll do, we'll take, this is the M21, this is, we will take equation 1, and we'll compare these equations, not that equations. This is equation 2, we'll compare these equations, and then both are the similar equations, so therefore we'll get, that is M12 is equals to the M21, so therefore we'll write this is M. So M is mutual inductance is equals to the mu naught N1 square, N1 into N2 phi into R1 square into L into L. So this is the expression of mutual inductance, and the factors on which mutual inductance depends, so that is nothing but the number of turns. Mutual inductance is directly proportional to the n1 and n2, and also it depends area, common area of cross section, that is m is directly proportional to the area. And next, third one is, that is permeability of the core material. And fourth one is length of the solenoids. So all these things factors are depends on the that mutual inductance. So let us take assignment question. Question 1: what is the self inductance? Derive an expression of self inductance. What is the second one? What is the mutual inductance? Derive an expression of mutual inductance. Dear students, this completes electromagnetic induction. So up to here, whatever the assignments is given, if you not submitted, then I will put absent for all the classes. Thank you.